Back in the day, music wasn't just data, it was physical, engraved into a vinyl disc. But where did that vinyl actually come from? It came from the master tape. In the 70s, recording was entirely analog. When a band played, their performance was captured by microphones and burned directly onto a massive roll of magnetic tape. This was the single, original source. From a sound quality perspective, this analog process has massive advantages. It captures the continuous, organic warmth of the real world. The breathing, the air, the pure emotional truth of the room. It sounds alive. But physical formats also come with severe physical vulnerabilities. Unlike a digital file, an analog master tape is a tangible, fragile object. There is only one original. And right now, in dark archives around the world, the physical foundation of our entire musical history is facing a silent, ticking deadline. To understand why these priceless master tapes are rotting, we have to look at the chemistry. And the reality is deeply ironic. While older tapes from the 50s and 60s remain perfectly intact, the real danger started in 1974. That year, a new generation of high-output mastering tapes was introduced. They were engineered to sound better and handle hotter signals, but they carried a fatal flaw. Over time, their new polyurethane binder acts like a chemical sponge, absorbing moisture from the air. The tape literally turns into a sticky goo. Try to play it today, and it will squeal, scrape against the playback heads, and shred itself instantly. The greatest musical heritage of our time is running on a ticking chemical clock. So how do sound engineers rescue a rotting tape? They do something that sounds absolutely insane to any music lover. They bake them in an oven. By heating the tape in a scientific oven for several hours, we temporarily bind the glue back together. Just enough to play it back one last time. With the tape freshly baked and the clock ticking, we have exactly two options for how to save the music. The first path is keeping it strictly analog. We could play back the master and record the signal onto a brand new, modern roll of tape. But analog cloning is a temporary fix. It is incredibly expensive, and every new generation inevitably loses a tiny fraction of that original, crisp sonic magic. The second path is the one that triggers the ultimate debate. We can digitize the audio.
And this is where the grand misunderstanding lies. For decades, purists criticized digital tech for killing the analog warmth. And let's be honest, they have a point. A pure, uninterrupted analog-to-analog chain has a depth and soul that digital struggles to match.
True AAA pressings are magic. But that technology itself was never the permanent enemy. Today, we face a profound irony. Digital technology is no longer the rival of that pure analog heritage. It is its savior.
And this brings us to a reality that shocked the audiophile world to its core. For years, collectors have spent hundreds of dollars on premium, remastered vinyl reissues, believing they were buying a pure, uninterrupted AAA analog experience. The most famous champion of this was Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, known as MoFi. They charged up to $125 for their ultra-exclusive one-step releases, like Santana's Abraxas or Michael Jackson's Thriller. Audiophiles praise these records as the pinnacle of pure analog sound. But in 2022, a devastating truth was revealed. Since 2011, MoFi had been quietly inserting a digital step into their mastering chain using high-resolution DSD-256 digital transfers instead of cutting directly from the tape. The community felt betrayed, but when the anger cleared, a profound question remained: why did they do it? The answer goes straight back to the chemistry. Major record labels own these priceless, decaying master tapes. To produce 40,000 premium vinyl records without a digital step, MoFi would have had to run the fragile, baked master tape over the playback head dozens of times to cut enough lacquer discs. Sony and Universal simply would not allow it. The tapes are too fragile. They would have degraded and turned to dust under the mechanical stress. By baking the tape once and capturing a flawless, ultra-high-resolution digital snapshot, MoFi saved the performance. Ironically, the digital step they hid was the only reason those analog records could exist at all.
Rock legend Neil Young has spent 2 decades fighting for this exact principle.
Faced with the ticking clock of tape decay, Neil Young refused to let his history turn to dust. As a lifelong vinyl lover, he has always believed that the pure, uncompressed warmth of analog is where the true emotion of music lives. But when corporate giants like Spotify and Apple Music refused to offer high-resolution audio, Neil hit back. He refused to let his life's work be turned into compressed, flat, fast food for the ears. Instead of locking his rescued masters in a private vault, he built his own public streaming service. Neil Young has spent decades fighting low-quality digital audio, comparing early CDs to looking at the world through a wire window screen. But Neil's mission wasn't to destroy digital, he wanted to fix it. His frustration led him to launch the Pono Player, and later the Neil Young Archives. The Neil Young Archives delivers the ultimate combination: full archive sharing with the convenience of modern streaming. It uses an adaptive system that reads your internet speed in real time, seamlessly scaling from full studio master quality down to CD quality depending on your bandwidth, without ever pausing the music. Digital technology used not to downgrade the artist's vision, but to protect it, share it, and save it. In fact, Neil is so obsessed with capturing that raw tape energy that he uses a brilliant hybrid method in the studio. When recording, they still print the music to real analog tape, but they convert it to high-resolution digital instantly at the playback head. The music lives on tape for only a split second before becoming digital. Why? Because Neil knows that analog tape degrades and changes every single time it passes over a playback head. By digitizing it the very first second it is recorded, he freezes the perfect organic analog tone forever in the digital realm. As Neil famously documented in his book To Feel the Music, this isn't about snobby audiophile specs. It's about fighting for the soul of the art.
digital technology used not to downgrade the artist's vision, but to protect it, share it, and make sure we can still feel it.
In the end, it's not about which format is superior. It's about preserving the magic of the performance. Whether you are listening to a rare, original AAA pressing from the 70s or a flawlessly restored high-res digital remaster, we are using technology as a time machine. Even Neil Young had to digitize his massive archives to make sure they survived. Digital didn't kill the analog soul. It made sure it would live forever. But what do you think? Is a high-res digital snapshot close enough? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more deep dives into the world of sound. Thanks for watching.